Hey there guys, thanks for joining us on a battle report or a game report, as today we are going to play Lost Patrol, Death in the Jungle. This is made by Games Workshop Games, and we're going to go over the figures in the game in a minute, but just to introduce you, I'm be playing with John.
Hiya.
And we're going to try and do the whole game for you, because this game is a very short game. And let's have a quick look at the figures. So these are the Gene Stealers that come in the box. It comes with 3 of these little spawning beds.
Comes with 6.
Oh, 6. But we don't really use them that often, so we've only done 3. And then we've got the Gene Stealers here. They're done on the nice clear acrylic bases. You'll see why in a minute, because they use these awesome little jungle tiles. And I just like, yeah, generally we like them better, because they obviously, if they were running around on snow bases or some sort of Mechanicum base, it doesn't look quite as cool. So this just brings out the tiles a bit more. So that's pretty cool. So you got all the Gene Stealers, and then over here, these aren't actually the scouts that actually come in the base set itself. What we've done here is these are scouts from the Land Speeder Storm. As you can see, where's that guy there? He's the guy that normally sits on the outside of it. But they work perfectly fine. I mean, we had them painted up already anyway. This is all done by John Batchelor. Well done, John.
Thank you very much.
So we've got a heavy bolter. We got 3 normal scouts, and then we got the sergeant with chainsword. Now we'll go over the special abilities in a second. We're just going to get the game set up, and then we'll explain a little bit of how the rules work, and then you'll see us play it. So we'll be back in a second, and Alex is going to referee. Hey, Alex?
Yeah. Commentate too.
Okay, so this is the board set up. The Marines start in the center square like that, which has all the pathways moving out, and then the Gene Stealer player will then connect the tiles that they can see. So for example, these guys can see all the way down here until it gets to this Y junction, and then I have to get into this tile to see where the path's Korean off. The whole point of the game is to find this space shuttle tile. It's going to go at the bottom of that pile of jungle tiles, and on that jungle tiles there'll be generally things like this with different pathways. Ironically for me, there's not one that's come out yet which has this tumbleweed stuff in, thorn weeds or whatever. When you move into this tile, it kind of traps you, and you can only move out of this tile on a 4+. So that's quite annoying. So what's going to happen is, the first thing we do, I'll show you the turn sequence. Scout player takes his actions. Each scout has 2 actions, and you get 3 generic scouts, and then you get the sergeant, which is somewhere around here. There he is. And the heavy bolter. The heavy bolter, basically on its turn, it fires 2 shots. But also, if it fires into if scouts get assaulted, and you'll see that during the game, we'll mention it again, he can support fire as well. The scout sergeant has a chainsword, so when he's in close combat, he gets +1 to hit, and or he gives the tile +1 to hit. And obviously, scouts on their own are more likely to get eaten. So, like I said, the first thing I'll do is start with me as the scout player. I need to find that shuttle, and I get 2 actions per scout. So, let's start off as we go. So, what I want to do is try and reveal more tiles. So, you can see this tile over here goes into a dead end. So, I'm clearly not going to go that way. This tile over here goes into a dead end. So, I'm not going to go that way. I can't move through these dead ends, but the Gene Stealers can. This one forms a little ring. So, this is totally pointless. So I'm not left with a lot of options. I can go down this straight, which comes to a Y junction. Y junctions are good in my opinion. And then there's one there that's also a Y junction. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to move this scout into there, and I'm going to send, that's one action. The tiles don't get revealed until the start of my next, or start of the Gene Stealer turn. So he's just going to stop there, and I'm going to send him a friend as well. So I don't want them to be alone. So I'm going to send those 2 guys there, and then I'm going to send the sergeant down this way, and I'm going to send him with a friend, and then I'm going to leave Rambo over here. And why I've done that, he's on his own, so he's obviously pretty dangerous. John will explain where the Gene Stealers can spawn.
Yeah, essentially.
They can spawn from in a minute. But what this does is, he can see these guys over there, and he can see those guys over there. So he's giving supporting fire to those dudes. These guys over here get the +1 because of the sergeant, and these 2 are just man alone. So that's my turn. I've done all my actions with my guys. So now the Gene Stealer player will remove any tiles I cannot see, which I can still see all of them. The way that that works is, if I can move 2 spaces and see down a corridor, then I can still see those areas. Then the Gene Stealer player will place new jungle tiles that can be seen.
Okay, so we're going to do that right now. You've got this Y in the road here, so let's place these down. Now, as the Gene Stealer player, I get to place the tiles, but I'm not allowed to actively block you. Yeah, I have to, if it's possible. I need to,
stupid.
So yeah, you've got some tangleweed there. I need to actively make it so it works for the scouts. Give them a chance. So we've got a straight there, so that allows them to continue seeing down. I'm going to put this curve just there. So there we go, that's the new tiles of the map. And as Jason already said, the scouts can see every other tile, so nothing needs to be removed. Now it comes to the Gene Stealer activation. I've got 3 possible actions that I can take. I can spend 1 action to spawn a Gene Stealer, or I can spend 1 action to move. And the way it works is depending on how many Stealers are in the tile. So I'll do this briefly before we carry on with the game. So 1 Gene Stealer is 1 action to spawn. To move the Gene Stealers, it costs 1 action, and then 1 Gene Stealer by itself for 1 action can move 3 squares. 2 Gene Stealers in the same tile for 1 action can move 2 squares, 2 tiles, and then if there's a third one, which is the maximum, by the way, that you can have of any model in a tile, will cost 1 action to move them a single square. So I need to bear that in mind. Anyways, I'm going to spawn some bits first.
Do you want to tell them where the legal spots are to spawn?
Yeah, of course. Legal spots for Gene Stealers to spawn are basically anywhere where it trails off, there isn't a dead end, and doesn't contain scouts. So there's 3 viable places to spawn at the moment. I can't come in at the end of this because it's blocked, obviously, and this is an all-out dead end. So I've got 3 tiles to potentially spawn in, which I think I'm going to do a triple spawn. There's a creaky table here because we've got
a creaky
boy. Now, obviously, I want to try and stop him from revealing too many tiles. So that Y section down there is quite an open tile, and we'll be able to let him get through the deck a bit quicker. So I'm just going to spawn 3 directly there, and that is all of my actions. Now, I don't need to spend an action to assault the tile. It's just literally, if the Gene Stealers are adjacent to scouts in a tile, they will assault them at the end of the turn.
So in this situation, they are adjacent to these scouts. So these 2 are going to get assaulted by these 3 Gene Stealers. And Gene Stealers have a basic, let's call it an armor value of 2, right? So a Gene Stealer on his own needs a 2+.
I've got to correct you, it's an assault value in this instance.
Alright, okay, assault value. So basically what it means is I roll 1 die, and I needed, on a Gene Stealer on its own, I need a 2+. Is it a 2+ or more than 2?
It's 2+. Each one is a cumulative of 2.
So basically, I would need a 2+ to kill him. But if there's a second Gene Stealer in this group, and we're ignoring any of the bonuses I get, then I need a 4. And if there's 3 of them, I need a 6. When you do a basic shooting at the Gene Stealers, you need 6s as well. So in this case, John has spawned 3 guys here, so I need a 6 to kill them. But I get +1 because of the sergeant, so I need a 5. And then let's not forget Rambo down at the end there, giving me support fire, so it puts it down to a 4.
That's pretty good positioning for the scouts there.
Yeah. So I need a 4+. 1 die. Come on, 4+. I like to roll 2 dice and then drop 1. So let's see if I can do this. 6.
Oh. So that means the scouts have won the assault, and I have to remove one of my Gene Stealers.
Bloop. Repelled. Unfortunately, there's still 2 buggers in the square.
But that is the end of the Stealer turn, so it moves on to Scout turn.
Alright, so I get 2 actions for each guy again. So this is interesting. I think the first thing I'm going to do, which is just the nice easy one, is I'm going to move these guys that way. Ooh, I've not got that into view. So they're going to keep moving up this way, trying to reveal as many tiles as I can. I could have gone this way, obviously, which is a shorter route, but the tangleweed really bugs me, so I'm not going to go that way. Then these guys, I really need to clear them. So there's no line of sight blocking in terms of, for example, that heavy bolter can shoot them. The heavy bolter gets 2 shots, which is pretty cool, but it still needs 6s to hit them because it's not an assault. We're going to be shooting. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my 2 dice and I'm going to fire with his first action, and I'm going to need 6s.
Ah,
That was not good. So a 3 is no. I'm going to try again with his second action. Oh, come on.
that's a cock.
So
Re-roll it. Go on. Okay.
no, even the cumulative that doesn't help. So the heavy bolt is fired randomly and not done the thing. Oh man. So that leaves me the option. I can either move back with them because they're not pinned in assault, but I don't know. I don't like going back. It's no retreat or no surrender. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I think, with this guy here, and he's going to fire on them. He's get 1 shot, needing a 6. That's it. Sniped.
Steal it down.
And then his second action, he's going to try again as well. Oh,
close.
5. So then the sergeant, he will take an action. He's going to shoot.
Same again. Oh,
Nailed.
That
Right.
couldn't have gone any better for you then.
No, because what's going to happen now is I'm going to use his last action. Now, I don't really like splitting up, but I'm going to move the sergeant 1 space forward. Reason being is, obviously, John can't spawn on a tile that I'm in. So, that actually went pretty well. What do you think of that, man?
I think that is the best turn you're ever going to have.
Yeah.
Now it's going to go downhill.
This game is pretty hard for the scouts, I will warn you. So, it goes to John's turn. He gets to reveal any new tiles and take away old tiles.
That's correct. So we've still got Mr. Heavy Bolter there, and he can still see everything. So the map stays as it is for now. And we're going to start up this end with the sergeant. Let's put one there. Now it's got a curve in it, so you can't see any further down. We're going to run out of space because...
Crap, I just realised they could spawn there now.
Yes, they can, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. And a tangleweed. I'm going to turn it this way just on the so we don't fly off the table. So that's all the sergeant can see. Now we're moving over to here. See what these boys can see.
Come on, Y junction.
I'm going to put another
No.
corner down there.
Bollocks.
Obviously, I don't know
So-
what's coming up.
There's a pile of tiles I need to still get through. So there's one of the tactics is just to run wildly with all your scouts all over the show, trying to reveal as many tiles as you can.
We have a guest.
Yeah, we got Tony just arriving.
Tony's joining us.
Just
for
bringing
some
all
more
the
filming.
Terminator stuff. All right, so that's the
So
revealing.
that's the revealing of the new tiles. No tiles have obviously been removed, so I'm going to start spawning now. Where do I want to start? It's tricky. He's done the exploding potato method, so it's I've got to try and block these areas. I think I'll spawn one over here.
Clearing off the gene stealers in the last turn as well.
You did, yeah. I think I'm going to just spawn 3 here because that will get me an assault, and the heavy bolter hasn't got line of sight.
And the sergeant is not in there either.
Yes, so that's the weakest point, I think, in the scouts.
Damn you with your tactics.
Well, you know, that's right.
Right, so same thing again happens again now. Gene stealers have come in, have assaulted. There's 3 of them, so that means I need a 6 because it's 2, 4, 6. No line of sight with the heavy bolter, no sergeant, so straight up 6. Are you ready, John?
Yeah, don't do it.
6.
No.
Date's cocked.
Okay, see when the assault there, so one gene stealer disappears in a sort of green ichor. I don't know. What is gene stealer blood? I like to think it's purple.
Purple, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be purple.
Purple with a hint of pink.
So there we go, that's the stealer phase. And it moves on to another scout turn already.
I like the way this is going.
Now, one thing to note though, Jason, you are splitting up quite a lot.
I am.
And you need to be careful because if you can't see a common point and the tiles that are removed split you up, you have to remove one of the segments. So that's another reason to not move too far away.
That's interesting. Okay, with that in mind, this scout over here, it's going to go 1, 2 to move into there.
Okay.
So that'll be exploring a little further. Oh man, this is really tricky. I think I'm going to have to move the heavy bolter there for 1. And I think if I move him forward to there, he can still go 2 to there and still see and keep cohesion relatively speaking.
He's the linchpin, isn't he,
Yeah.
at the moment?
So I think he's going to go one more forward
Ooh.
to support those guys over there. Then these guys are going to fire into those gene stealers in front of them. So, scout
Blondie.
number 1, first shot.
Oh,
So
it's
5.
close.
Second shot,
Nope.
nope. And then the guy next to him, no.
Oh, and so it begins.
Okay, I still got my sergeant left, I think.
Yes, that's correct.
Do I want to split up? No, that seems dumb. I'm doing so well at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him into the square with this guy. So 1, 2. You can still see down there, and he can see. Yeah, I think I've still got collision.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so that's me done.
Wow. So we already just established that there's no tiles to remove. So let's add some more for the sergeant and his buddy.
Come on, Y junction. Oh, you.
It's a bit tricky round there.
Yeah. So basically, like we were saying earlier, if I move into there, I need a 4+ to leave it, which could eat up your actions as well, which is really annoying. And to add insult to injury, it's curving back inwards. So it could, the next
High
time could be a
risk.
double.
High risk. Okay, so I have 3 actions, and I think I'm just gonna go with. I'm gonna spawn 1 and 2. And I think my 3rd action, I'm actually going to move.
Oh, this is bad.
I'm going to risk it. I'm going to move just the 1.
That's
Just
bad.
to there. Let's try and get rid of that linchpin of the heavy bolter.
Okay, so you choose where you want to assault first.
2 assaults are going to happen. I think we're going to start with the heavy bolter
Yeah,
first.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Because if you kill him, you'll be denying this.
exactly right.
So basically, it's 2, 4, and he doesn't give himself suppressive fire.
And
And
man alone.
yes, he's man alone. So 2, 4, and he's alone, so it's a 5. Come on, and he only gets 1 shot on an assault, or 1 defensive fire. So 5+. No!
I've not won a single combat yet. Right. This isn't going to happen.
All right, and then assault over there. It's
Same
2,
again.
4. So I need a.
Oh.
Oh, geez, that guy did a 360 there. Yeah. So I need a 4 + 1 for the. So 3+.
You're so going to fail this because it's easier. Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you jinxed me.
Right, there we go. So that's
what
the
are these-
first one.
One of these guys die. So out he comes.
Also, because I won the assault, I get to push you back. I'm going to push you back into this square, which is legal. If there was 2 other scouts there, so there was 3 in that tile, this scout wouldn't be able to move back into it and would therefore be killed. Also, if there was, say, a different route or a wide section, I can choose to split up the scouts and send them different directions. That's another tactic in the arsenal of the hive mind.
God damn, I can't believe we're all the one.
Well, you know, that's the way it goes. So in this instance, he just goes back to there.
I will point out,
and
I've not actually ever won this. As the,
Genes, nobody's ever won this yet. And the Gene Stealers are just going to chase you down the corridor.
and that's
Uh,
it.
That is the end of the Stealer turn. So, scout turn, whatever.
Alright, so first things first, the easy thing over here. I'm going to move these 2 into the tumbleweed.
You have to, technically, on a technical note, you have to move them 1 at a time. But there's no other option there.
Yeah. Alright, and then down here. Oh, okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire the heavy bolter, and he's going to try and take out this guy behind us, yeah? So, 2 dice, needing 1 6.
You can't see me.
I'll try again. Ah! Damn it! Right, same with this. He's going to try as well. I don't know why I'm picking on the... Maybe I should have picked on the guys with 2.
It doesn't matter, because in either scenario, you didn't
Yeah,
score a
well,
hit.
so...
Is that okay? I heard a beep.
Yeah. So, first shot with him, no. Second shot, no.
Oh,
So, I'm in trouble now.
bad
Right.
times. Right,
don't
so now we need to see.
I don't think anything will go
You
away.
can see down there, everything can still be seen.
But I do have a new reveal tile over here.
Yes, you do. Let's open it and see how it
Come
plays.
on, be something good.
Oosh!
Bollocks.
That's the only way I can place it, so unfortunately it is a dead end. What
I mean-
happens if you turn it that way? Does that... Oh no, there we go. Yeah, because I can't
Physically block you
can't
off.
actively choose to block you off. So there is a path.
Very dodgy one.
Thought there wasn't, but there is.
And then you got 3 actions left.
3 actions to do. Now, I think
Just for interest's sake, we haven't mentioned these things yet.
in first.
Yeah, these things can go where Gene still is. For example, he could put for an action point. He can put that there, and then that now counts as a new spawning point for him. But if I want to get rid of it, I don't have to shoot it or anything. I just have to walk into the tile and stamp on it.
Pretty much. That's all there is to it.
Because
Right.
of the nature of this game, we don't tend to use those very often.
I'm just going to go all out and say
Oh,
you're not going to want to go round that corner, Jason.
Why? What's down there?
3 stealers, it turns out.
Okay, so he's used all 3 actions to. Oh, I see why.
Oh, well, you're stuck and
So
possibly.
we're gonna have 3 assaults now because they're all adjacent, and he's used all 3 actions to spawn these guys. So these guys are. You want to start, Jeff?
Yeah, go for it. Let's do that.
So these are 6, but my sergeant adds +1, so I'm on a 5. So 5 up. No.
Bye-bye.
Scout bites the dust. I roll a 1 again.
Again.
Then down here.
It doesn't really matter too much.
I'm gonna do this one because
yeah.
it's on a 2+.
Yeah, fair enough. What about you're going to do that one? I choose, but it's fine. We'll do that. See
Oh,
it?
I wish I did the other one now because that was a hit on the other
now
one.
you're going to roll another 1.
Shut up. Oh.
2, that'll do.
Right, so I rolled a 2. So another scout bites the dust, and I'm gonna lose the other. So I've lost my 3 normal scouts. I'm down to 2 scouts.
Looking grim. Because of that steal a victory, I'm going to push you back and follow you up.
Damn it.
Well, luckily you didn't lose your heavy bolter or your general.
This is true. The 2 most important scouts are still.
And I lost
in
my
the
general
field.
first.
But I am penned in. Freaking Gene Steers are blocking my way.
Let's see what you can do then.
Alright, I'm gonna start with the heavy bolter. First thing he's gonna do is gonna fire 2 shots.
You can still move that way.
I know, I'm gonna.
2
But-
shots, double 6. Here we go. No.
And then.
Perhaps this dice is good for you. I don't know.
See, I move into there, and you're just gonna assault me, and he gets loads of minuses. So but the 6s to hit is. I'm gonna fire again. Screw it.
So close.
And then my sergeant, he's
It's
gonna
so far
fire
away.
into these guys over here. 1 dice, 6 up. No. 1 dice, 6 up. No.
Wow.
I'm in a lot of trouble now.
Amazingly, you can still see the entirety of the map,
And no new tiles are added either.
and there's no new tiles added. So straight onto the stealer turn. I'm gonna be a beast and just spawn 1, and we'll go
Freaking metagamer.
2. Do I be really evil? Yeah, go on. Let's finish him. Let's just go all out. There we go.
Alright,
So
what's this? What's
I
this,
want to kill
people?
the heavy bolter first.
Alright, 6 up. Or actually, he's automatically dead because it's -1.
I'm always going to call it as a 6.
Alright,
you're
fair
gonna surely gonna fight.
But he's dead.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
Bye.
And then, last man standing, he needs 6.
5s.
5s, yeah, 5s.
I'm assuming he. Oh, I'm
Sergeant.
assuming he gives himself his own benefit. I don't think he does. You know.
Well, we're going to say he does.
We'll have a look. But yeah, for now, it's your last man. We'll let that happen. Wow, you have a turn.
Not really much of a turn. I feel like I wanted to wade into them. Assault them.
Yeah, it's strange how you can't choose to do an assault. Far easier.
See, my options are I can move to there, but that doesn't really do anything. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fire both times into these guys, and I got
And do
nothing.
nothing.
So back to you.
Wow. Okay, so I think we're going to see our first jungle clearing. So you've potentially got 2 spaces there, so you can see down that alleyway, and you can see all the way up to this alleyway, right to the very end, but you can't see these 2, and you can't see any of these. So the Steelers go back into my pool,
Alright.
and that one.
What is
we go.
interesting about that is it's to sort of show how the jungle evolves and moves and breathes. So what happens is I could go back that way now and reveal new tiles.
But that's a long walk.
Yes. And also the way I've maneuvered into certain single lane areas with double marines has left me with little opportunity to do that. So you guys can comment below and say how bad my tactics were, yeah.
I don't think it matters. You did good. You was getting a lot of tiles out. It's not over yet. It will be in a second though. So I'm going to spawn. I'm just going to be evil. The hive mind doesn't care.
What do you mean evil? I'm going to kill them, man.
No, you're not. And
Sergeant Slaughter
just to be
over here.
fun, my last 2 actions. Let's get some more in over here.
Right, you see this? 5+. Dead.
Oh.
And then,
It's your turn.
right, I'm going to run.
Run away! Oh, are you though? Because
Oh,
you are.
yes. The
You are in Tangleweed.
Gillyweed.
Oh,
no.
what a waste of an action.
Gillyweed. Doubt.
So, my turn. You can still see everything. So I'm just going to spawn one there.
Evil.
And then these two, because there's only two, they can move 2 squares. 1, 2. So that's my second action.
Can you imagine the panic that this guy must be
I can imagine, yeah, he's having a bit of an issue. So, 1 action to spawn,
One action to move
1
2
action
spaces.
to move 2, and why not? Not that there's any point, but I'm going to infest that just to rub it in. So you've got 2 assaults on your hand.
I know. Where do you want to start?
The
the 5 up or the
I'll give you a
4
chance. Let's give you an easy one.
So 4 up.
Technically 3s.
Or 3s, yeah, because
We'll check that one.
we're not sure if the sergeant gives himself the ability.
I can't remember.
But either way,
there's only 4 pages of rules, but I'm still learning things as I go.
either way, I rolled a 6, which I could have done for over there.
And these guys can assault through the bush.
5 up.
Oh.
No! The 1 comes back to haunt me.
You are down. You're down. You're consumed by the hive mind.
And they did not find a spaceship. And there you go. That is a full game of Lost Patrol. Just zooming around to show the devastation that's been caused.
Okay.
Okay, so let's have a quick thought. What did you think, John?
Same again. This is what, the 5th? Well, it's the 3rd time I played it with you, I think.
This is my 5th game.
5th?
Yeah.
Really?
And I've lost all 5.
Yes, you have. You got close. I think the closest you got was on your first game.
Yeah, we'll get down to 2 tiles. Just because you
it
didn't
is
know how to play then.
Brutal. I still don't. Someone can test that. I don't.
I have been.
You had a go, didn't you? You nearly got there.
Yeah.
In fact, you got the
The
I
shot
got
down.
I got the ship out,
but then
and
you run out of...
it was one of my. So I had my heavy bolter.
We don't need a full synopsis. You got it out and you died. That's all they need to know.
Scout.
You failed.
out. Then he died.
Yes,
so
he did.
it was him left, and then he died.
Yes, you did.
You may
Pretty
have
much.
failed, but you did better than
Yeah, you did very good. What was we saying?
So what do you think of the game?
What do I think of the game? I love it. It's you're more of a board gamer, so I think it would categorise as a filler game, maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty fast. I mean we played this game in with filming 27
filming.
minutes at the moment.
Is that really it? That's not bad at all, is it? And obviously the field played pretty good for you to a degree, even though you still died.
It's pretty. I mean I haven't played as the Gene Stealers yet, but it's pretty exciting as the Scouts because you're constantly on the fear of, where's the jungle going to take
Exactly
you?
right.
Where's the Gene Stealers going to come out? Can you roll enough 6s?
There's almost no hope. As you put down those 5 scouts, there's almost no hope at all anyway. So it's quite fun. You alright, Coffee McGee?
I enjoyed it. I think it's a really good game. Lost Patrol is an older game that's been rehashed. Nice components, obviously. I think it's pretty good. And I don't know what the RRP is. I mean, how much is this?
It's £35 if you buy it straight out from Games Workshop.
Which is not bad, I don't think.
That's not bad at all, considering it's Games Workshop.
What did you think, Tony? As the
I only saw the last 3 turns. It looked like it was quite interesting for the scout, with constantly under pressure.
Yeah.
Constantly wondering where you were going, not trying to lose those lines of sight. Quite an interesting mechanic.
There's a lot to account for. One thing that is intriguing to me is that the scouts are the only ones with firearms, and they wound on a 6. Okay, maybe it's the Gene Stealers bobbing and weaving, or they're difficult, or they're coming straight out, or whatever. But it's easier in some instances to kill the fearsome Gene Stealer
In close
combat, which it's famed at being the best at.
Yeah.
So that's a bit confusing. I thought it might have been the other way around, so more difficult to...
I think what would be
to beat them
interesting
in
as well.
assault.
I think one of the things that I always bitch about when we play this is that the fact that you can spawn right next to them. I know they're coming from the tiles, outwards, but it basically means you're always going to get assaulted.
Almost every
turn, yeah. So long as someone's, you just keep dropping 3 guys assault, three guys
But I
assault.
think that's the part of it. You're not meant to win.
No.
Which is
if
harsh.
If you
but-
do win, it's like a
Yeah,
celebration.
if you do win, then that's a major achievement.
Okay, well, there we go. We've played we've run this for half an hour and played Lost Patrol, so we're going to go play something else now, and we'll probably film that. Maybe some Terminator.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, let's play some Terminator.